Hello, welcome to the second Reynard's Adventures pub quiz. We have a couple of new rounds for you this time and we've mixed things around a bit. So let's see what we have in store. Round 1, Navigation, Geography. Round 2, Jungle Drums, Music, Dance, Instruments. 3, It's Just Not Cricket. That's the sport round. 4. On Safari, the natural world. Round 5, In the Lab, science. And in between each of those rounds we have connections questions, 4 questions, and then at the end we ask you to put them together by telling us what the connection is. Scoring is simple. 1 correct answer gives you 1 point, for a total of 30 points across the whole quiz. Round 1, Navigation, Geography, Maps and Stuff. And straight in with question 1, which constellation is used to pinpoint the South Pole? The answer is Crux, or the Southern Cross. Question 2. Which canal links the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea? That is the Suez Canal. Question 3. In the UK, which city is further east? Edinburgh or Bristol? The answer, perhaps surprisingly, is Bristol. Question 4. Which capital city lies on the Potomac River? That city is Washington, D.C. And the picture question, what is the name of this mountain? That is the Matterhorn in Switzerland. And now on to our first connections question. What is the name of Popeye the Sailor Man's girlfriend? Make a note of that answer. We're going to need all 4 connections answers at the end of the quiz. So now on to our second round, Jungle Drums, Music, Songs, Instruments. And question 6. What is the term for music performed by a singer or group without musical accompaniment? And the answer is a cappella. Question 7. In which year was the first Eurovision Song Contest held? That was in the year 1956. Question 8. The Italian tarantella dance is traditionally believed to make the dancer sweat out the poison from which creature's bite. The tarantula spider. Question 9. Where would one find the jingle bells mentioned in the Christmas song? And those are on a sleigh. They are sleigh bells. And the picture question. Which musical features an ode to this plant? The musical is The Sound of Music. That was an Edelweiss flower. And now for the next connections question. Question 2. Which part of the hand is scrutinized by a fortune teller? Again, write that one down in your journal. We're going to need it later on. And now on to round 3. It's just not cricket. This is our sport round. Question 11. Which race is named after an ancient Greek battle? That is the Battle of Marathon. Question 12. In motor racing, which flag is waved to indicate a race winner? That is the checkered flag. Question 13. Which is the only nation to have competed in every summer and winter Olympic Games? The answer is Great Britain. 14. The 1980 movie Raging Bull stars Robert De Niro as which boxer? Jake LaMotta. And the picture, called a cammon, which sport uses this curved stick? That is shinty. So now for our third connections question. The best friend of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, portrayed on television by Alison Hannigan. Note it down with the others. Keep it safe for later on. And now round 4, on safari, the natural world. Question 16. What does the Swahili word safari mean? It means journey. (17) Which is the UK's only venomous snake? It is the adder or viper. 18. Which animal has the highest blood pressure? The giraffe. 19. Which breed of dog is named after a Scottish island? The Skye Terrier. And the picture. What type of animal is this? That is a mandrill. And our fourth and final connections question for this quiz. What is the name given to a match consisting of the best of 3 games in bridge? And you should now have 4 connections answers written down. We'll find the connection after the next round. And now on with our final round. In the lab, science, physics and chemistry. Question 21. What does a conchologist study? They study mollusk shells. Question 22. The television was invented in 1926, 100 years ago this year. By whom? That was the Scotsman John Logie Baird. Question 23. Which is the only organ in the human body capable of regenerating tissue? That is the liver. Question 24. What is the name given to molten rock that is still in the ground? We call that magma. And question 25. The picture used in distillation. What is this apparatus called? That is the alembic. So you should have 4 answers written down. Let's go through each in turn and find out what the connection between the answers is. So our first. Popeye the Sailor Man's girlfriend is olive oil. A fortune teller would look at your palm. Buffy the Vampire Slayer's friend is Willow Rosenberg. And the best of 3 games in bridge is called a rubber. So what do they all have in common? Olive, palm, willow, rubber. They are all species of tree. Thank you for playing the second Reynard's Adventures pub quiz. Let us know once again what your scores were. We're still tweaking things, so again, we'd like to know if this was too difficult or too easy for you, or if we're beginning to get things right. Let us know how we're doing. Give us your ideas for new themes, or even for questions you'd like to put to other people. Thanks again, folks. See you next time.